What's up, fellers? I gotta get this done before my wife gets home. That way I'm not in trouble. It's been raining and I left the box to the tree out on the back porch. And yeah, probably not a good idea. Although I didn't know it was gonna rain. But then when I did figure out it was gonna rain, I still left it out there. So throw this in the shed. Boom. Now it can dry out. And she won't see it still sitting in the rain. So, back to the important matters at hand. You know, I got really super excited about the Action 6, especially when I saw that it had variable aperture. Now, it was also supposed to apparently do some other things, some extra things. Should I take the trash out to the street now or wait until 4 o'clock in the morning when I gotta leave? Let's just do the smart thing and take it out now without tipping it over would be great. So I was really hyped. And I was gonna do something that I literally never ever do. And that was gonna be buy the Action 6 on launch day. I've never bought anything on launch day because inevitably it's gonna come with bugs. Like things are just not gonna work the way that it's supposed to. And like how long, seriously, I'm using the Action 5 Pro. Get that out of the way, the Action 5 Pro. I'm using that, and how long did it take? It took me a while before I would pounce on this because, you know, you got to get through all of the paid influencers and all their BS that they spew to you, telling you how wonderful the camera is and why you should buy it and all that kind of crap. Well, the Action 5 came out and it had all kinds of different bugs. I looked at the footage and I'm like, this doesn't look any better than my Action 4. So I waited months before I picked up the Action 5 because I wanted to make sure that they were actually gonna fix the things through software updates, and they did. But I wanted to make sure that I wasn't gonna buy something just for the sake of having it. Now, DJI is also in a bit of a predicament here because we are potentially looking at a DJI ban in the United States. And I really don't know exactly what that means. I don't know if it's gonna happen, if it's not gonna happen. I've got a DJI drone, which I'm okay with because it's just the Neo and it really doesn't need to be hooked up to the internet for anything. And it works fine for what I need. But, oh, let's go turn on the Christmas tree, shall we? Excuse me, Dex. Boom. Well, you just look at it. Pretty, isn't it? So anyways, I did not want to purchase the Action 6 because I don't know what kind of updates it's going to have. And really, it's kind of underwhelming. Larger sensor. I had a list of things that I really told myself, if it doesn't have this, I'm not buying it. And I was kind of getting ready to go ahead and pull the trigger on it anyways, just because I wanted to be one of those first people to have the camera and be able to get out some reviews and be like, yeah, this thing's really awesome and sick. But I'm just not built that way. And one of the big things that I wanted was a 1-inch sensor. We did not get a full 1-inch sensor. Variable aperture, that's cool. I don't do a whole lot of low light, and what low light I do, I think this thing works fine. The Action 5 works fine for. My main thing that I was really wanting was a little bit of separation. I wanted a little bit of background blur. I wanted the option to be able to focus on something, to manually focus, or have some automatic focus, and we definitely didn't get that with this. Now, it is called the Action 6 and not the Action 6 Pro, probably for a reason. But what I really wanted was a cool B cam, because I want to be able to do like multiple shots while I'm doing stuff. Maybe I'm driving in the truck, doing a truck vlog, or just whatever. I wanted something to be like a secondary cam. I had gone out and purchased on Marketplace the Action 2, which I was very disappointed in. Probably why they just fizzled out. But I've got the Action 2 and not happy at all with this thing. But I thought it was really cool to have like a POV cam. So if I'm outdoor dashing or whatever, I would have that secondary view. But really, the Action 6 is just super duper underwhelming to me. And to get rid of my Action 5, I didn't really see the need to do that. And really, to be completely honest with you, to just pick up the Action 6 for no good reason, really, other than to have a new camera, just wasn't in the cards. So I was, all the way up until yesterday, I was super duper hyped to buy the Action 6, but we didn't get the 1-inch sensor, which I said, no bueno if we don't get a 1-inch sensor. No focus. I was really hoping that we were going to get an image similar to like the Pocket 3, because I find the Pocket 3 footage to be really good, and you do that with the 1-inch sensor, and I'm thinking I'm getting ready to move to a Pocket 4, so if we could get the same basic image out of an Action cam, how awesome would that be? But we're not getting that. And so I said no. But I did buy a new camera, and it is a new DJI camera. And I mentioned earlier the fact that I'm not real sure what's going to happen with DJI, and I'm not even sure if we're going to be able to get updates over the air. So I picked something up, which will be my new B cam, and a lot of the bugs have already been worked out of it. So if it does become somewhat obsolete, I'm getting the same exact picture as what I'm getting with the Action 5, and it's even more portable. I got the Nano, the 128, I got the Nano. And it's funny, because if Chris Meets Chris sees this, he's going to give me so much crap, because I gave him so much crap about the Nano. I'm like, take that piece of crap, that little plasticky piece of crap, and send it right back to Amazon where it belongs, because it's just not, I just didn't see the need for it. And I'm thinking, you know, the goofy little things with having the mic not, you know, if you got the mic hooked up, then you can't preview the screen if you don't have the screen hooked up. And I'm like, what a piece of garbage. But I bought it anyways, because it gives me the same exact picture as my Action 5. My Action 5 is freaking good enough. This was not a big enough leap for me to be able to justify picking up the Action 6. It is not an Action 6 Pro for a reason, because yeah, we're stepping in the right direction, but we're not all the way there yet. So DJI, if you're still allowed to sell us things next year, which I really hope you are, because I love this company, but I think that they've seen the writing on the wall, and I think they just wanted to get this out really quick. The Pocket 4, nah. I've had so much issues with gimbal cameras, and I did buy a gimbal. DJI. I'm like a DJI fanboy or something, but I did buy the, what is this, the OM7 or something. And it does really cool for what I need it to, when I need it to. It was cheap enough. And again, I think I can get a pretty good image out of the Action 5. I've been able to get a really good image out of the Action 5. And the other big issue is, if you've got a bunch of filters and stuff that you've bought for the Action 5, you're not going to, unless they're push-on filters. I don't know if the outside diameter of the filter is the same, but if they're screw-on, they ain't working with the Action 6. So variable aperture is cool, but I've got a lot of little accessories for the Action 5 Pro that I just wasn't going to be able to keep, and I don't want to have to go out and buy a whole bunch of new filters and all that kind of stuff for the Action 6. I've been able to hack my way into pretty good image quality when I want to with the Action 5, with the close focusing filters and doing some goofy things, but I think I could still get a better image out of the Action 5 Pro. Low light is not a big deal to me. Like, if it's dark, I kind of want it to show that it's dark. If it's grainy, it's grainy. I don't care. That's not a big selling point to me. And the super night mode on the Action 5 is super awesome, and I think the Nano is about the same. So yeah, I went with the Nano on launch day for the Action 6. You know what? Let me know. Are you in the same boat with me? I'm just very underwhelmed with the Action 6. So I will not be picking it up. They would have to make some crazy updates on this thing in order for me to want to pick it up, and I just don't see it. So maybe the Action 6 Pro, maybe the Action 7, maybe that's where we'll get what we want. But if you've got the Action 5, I'd say nah. If you've got the Action 4, probably either upgrade to the 5 or the 6, as long as you don't have a bunch of accessories. If you've got a bunch of filters and accessories, upgrade to the 5. But the 6, I just think they kind of swung and missed with this one. But let me know what you think. I am going to do an unboxing on the Chad's Garage channel. So if you want to go over there and check that out, and I'll give some sample footage, and you'll be seeing it on this channel as well. But let me know what you think. Did I make a dumb move, or was it good enough? So like I said, if this doesn't get any more updates, I think it's updated enough to where it's going to be just fine. So the Action 6, I just don't know. And I don't know if we're going to be able to update it at all. So that's my reasoning. Y'all have a good one. And of course, peace.